This evening that Standard & Poor's, one of the major three global credit rating agencies, have downgraded South Africa's credit status into sub-investment grade. That is the so-called junk status. This has a whole lot of implications for South Africa's attempts to borrow money. We need to take on debt. It could make those borrowing costs so much higher, and that affects everybody because there's less money to go around. Let's speak to our economics editor, Thandeka, Gqubule, Mbeki. Thank you for being with us. Sure. This happened just days after, even quicker than we expected.
Hot on the heels of the reshuffle, and in the rationale, which is the explanatory note of Standard & Poor, high up there is policy risk, political uncertainty, and reference is made to conflicts in the ANC-led government.
Sure, and that is similar to what Fitch flagged on Friday, talking about increased risk to our politics. We've seen an ANC divided. I'm surprised at how quickly they've moved. Do you think this could be followed by an action from Fitch as well, from Moody's as well?
Well, Moody's is due to make a pronouncement perhaps on Friday, and we're expecting them to say pretty much the same things. The state of the SOEs is also a point in question, and there's a mention of Eskom, and the fact that the new finance minister was head of the SOEs, or politically responsible for the SOEs previously, and we didn't manage during his tenure to mop up those SOEs, to tighten governance structures, to improve the fiscal position of those SOEs and their financial standing, did not reflect well on him in the eyes of the rating agencies.
Let's talk about this more, because so the outgoing minister, Pravin Gordhan's efforts to enhance governance at SOEs were seen as ratings positive, and he suggested he would push that line. Do you think this is a sign that the rating agencies are no longer confident that they will see that push to really clean up those state-owned entities?
I think, Francis, this is a colossal vote of no confidence in the new governing structures.
And Malusi Gqubule, the new finance minister, saying today, one change in finance ministry in the treasury should not result in a downgrade. He was wrong. Does this suggest he has not allayed those fears?
Interestingly, he cited what happened when Trevor Manuel came in, an inexperienced first black post-apartheid finance minister, and the markets eventually warmed to him, and so did the investor community. But there was policy certainty at that time, as you'll remember that GEAR was introduced in 1996, and that the government indicated that they were going to determinedly follow the policy of GEAR. Right now there is a lot of policy uncertainty with no clear definition as to the exact meaning of radical economic transformation. We saw a step change in the wording today, where the new deputy finance minister was speaking about inclusive economic policy.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, a lot of questions still to be asked, and one of the questions, who could move next out of Moody's or Fitch? That was economics editor Thandeka, Gqubule, Mbeki. Now, the country's new finance minister has